Welcome to today's podcast. Today's episode is 13 and the title is Enough. The word more is everywhere. It's subtle but it's constant. More money, more output, more followers, more options, more upgrades, more. It doesn't shout, it hums in the background, quite persistent, convincing. And if you're not paying attention, it starts making decision for you. A few evenings ago, I was sitting in a grocery store, parking a lot, eating a sandwich I didn't need to be buy. Sun was dropping behind the buildings, shopping, cars, catering, someone laughing, a few cars over. Nothing impressive, nothing post-worthy. Just a normal moment, and it felt complete. Then, almost on cue, my brain jumped in. You should be doing something more important. It wasn't even aggressive, just automatic. Like a default setting I forgot I installed. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't wasting time, I was experiencing it. Somewhere along the way, we decided that stillness is suspicious. If you're not improving something, you're falling behind. If you're not building something, you're missing out. If you're not sharing something, it barely counts. But life doesn't always need more. Sometimes it needs enough rest, enough laughter, enough honesty to admit this is actually pretty good. And that's harder than chasing more because more is celebrated. It looks good from the outside, it scales, it impresses. Enough is quiet, it doesn't trend, it doesn't get applauses, it just feels right. We build a culture that respects hunger, always chasing, always climbing, always one step away from finally. And ambition isn't the enemy. Ambition builds things, creates things, moves the world forward. But ambition without a stopping point, that's a treadmill. You run faster every year. You upgrade this scenery. You collect better milestone, but the finish line still moving. I met a fisherman once on a coast. Older guy, calm, the kind of person who doesn't rush anything. He showed up before sunrise, worked a few hours, then packed up and left. One day I asked him why he didn't stay longer. There are more fish, I said. He smiled. There are, he said. But there's also dinner. That answer stuck. Because it wasn't about fishing. It was about choosing. There comes a point where more starts costing more than it keeps. Another hour of work, another commitment, another goal. Everything you add quietly removes something else. More money might cost time, more visibility might cost privacy, more success might cost simplicity. Life is always making trades. Most of them just aren't obvious. The internet is great at showing outcomes, not so great at showing costs. You see the businesses, not the brand outs. You see the apartment, not the pressure that pays for it. You see the lifestyle, not the things it replaced. Every life has a receipt. We just don't get to see each other's. There is a small bookstore I visit whenever I pass through a certain town. It's not optimized. Books are sketched weirdly. The chair by the window looks like it survived multiple decades. From a business perspective, it's probably leaving money on the table. But every time I walk in, someone is smiling. Someone is talking about a book they loved. Someone is discovering something new. The owner could expand, scale, open three more locations, turn it into something bigger. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they already have enough. That word changes everything. Enough isn't about settling, it's about deciding where to stop, what matters, what you're no longer willing to trade. I don't think the goal is to stop growing. I think the goal is to understand why you are. Growth driven by curiosity feels alive. Growth driven by comparison never ends. So here's the question that's been sitting with me. If nobody else could see your life, would you still want the same things? It's uncomfortable, but it cuts through a lot of noise. Because some goals are yours, and some were handed to you quietly. By ads, by expectations, by watching other people live. Learning the difference takes time, probably a lifetime. As I am writing this, my coffee is gone cold. The street outside is quieter now. A train passes somewhere in the distance. Today wasn't remarkable. No big wins, no dramatic moments, and still, man, it feels like enough. Maybe that's the shift. Not every day needs to become a story. Some days just needs to become a life. A life you're actually okay living. Thanks for being here. Until next time, I hope you find your version of enough. Because once you do, the noise gets quieter and your life gets easier to hear. And that's it for today's podcast. Yeah, have a good day.